Suppose today in the evening, when your children come home, they're tired, they're also very panicked and stressed and anxious, and they come home in the evening, and suppose they don't look at you, or they forget to wish you, or they forget to tell you where they were, and they forget to talk to you, they forget to ask you, how are you feeling today? They forget to ask you that, oh, you were not well in the morning, are you feeling fine now? They forget. Why they forget? Because their mind is very, very scattered. They're still not even being able to take care of their lives. Not done intentionally, but unintentionally. They forget to ask. Sometimes you might say that unintentionally can happen only 1 day, 2 days, 5 days. What if my child never comes and talks to me? Never comes and asks me that, how are you feeling? Do you want something today? Can I bring something for you in the evening when I'm coming home? They just never seem to ask. Now, a situation which is not very nice, understandable. We would want them to talk to us. What do we want from them? Just talk to us 5 minutes before going in the morning. Just come and meet us in the evening. We are not asking for too much. We've given our life for them. They can give 10 minutes for us in the day. The mind will say like that. And it's right. But to say that I am upset because they did not talk to me, I am hurt because they did not talk to me, is something we need to check. They did not talk is not a right thing. So you as an elder can teach them, instruct them, advise them, but yet sometimes they might not change. They might not change. And we've all experimented with that. We try to change people, but sometimes they do not change. So does that mean I am going to get hurt, upset, or irritated and angry, and then say, what to do? My children don't talk to me properly, so obviously I will get hurt. Now that is not Atmanirbhar. That is Children Nirbhar, which means my mind has become dependent on the behavior of my child, or my mind has become dependent on the behavior of my husband or wife. This is not the truth. And this is that one learning we have to take from Diwali gift to all of us. You all give Diwali gifts to everybody, but today is important to give a gift to yourself. They did not behave right? True. They should change? True. But again, the truth is we cannot change them. We cannot change them. But one more truth, how we think, how we speak, and how we behave will not get affected if they don't speak the right way. Because my mind is not dependent on their behavior. I have to remind myself every single day. Suppose you are two of you. So both are parents, same child, two parents. Now all of you must have seen this in the house. Same child doesn't behave the right way to the mother and to the father, but both respond differently. One gets very upset and says, बात ही नहीं करते, इतनी हमने मेहनत की, ये तो बात भी नहीं करते. And the other person said, छोड़ो ना, क्या फर्क पड़ता है नहीं बात करते, अपने को क्या, हम मौज में रहेंगे. The other person says, हम कैसे मौज में रह सकते हैं, वो हमारा ध्यान भी नहीं रखते. Then the other spouse says, so what, हम एक दूसरे का ध्यान रखेंगे. Two people respond differently to the same situation, to the same child. The child is same for both parents, but both respond differently. One gets hurt, the other does not get hurt. One gets angry, the other one remains very peaceful. How does this happen? Because the truth is, the child does not create our feelings. We create our feelings when the child behaves that way. We are Atmanirbhar. We are Atmanirbhar. Now, if the child walks out of the house in the morning, or your daughter-in-law, your bahu walks out of the house in the morning, doesn't look at you also, just walks out, तैयार हुए और चले गए अपने काम पर, पैर भी नहीं छुए, नमस्ते भी नहीं किया, हालचाल भी नहीं पूछा, just walks out of the house. Two ways of living. One, throughout the day, कैसे बच्चे हैं, कैसी बहू है, क्या सिखा के इसको भेजा था, इसी के लिए हमने इतना किया, सोचते जाएंगे, हम सोचते जाएंगे, हम सोचते जाएंगे. The more we will keep thinking like that, this Atma, this is like a battery here. Every time we are creating these thoughts of pain, irritation, this battery keeps discharging. Tup, 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 tup. It's very, 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 very slow. And this is making us emotionally weak. This is making us emotionally weak because we are getting upset about somebody else's behavior. And while you're thinking like this, your energy will start reducing, your emotional stamina starts reducing. When she comes home or when he comes home in the evening, you don't look at them, you don't feel like talking to them because they didn't behave properly in the morning. They don't even bother to still come and talk to you. They say, अच्छा, इनको बात नहीं करनी तो मुझे भी नहीं करनी, and they walk off into the room. Now the battery starts discharging even more. कि सुबह भी गलत behave किया, शाम को भी गलत behave करते हैं. And this starts becoming a way of living. If people are nice to me, I am happy. If people obey me, I am happy. And if people are not right to me, I get upset. This is not Atmanirbhar. This is people nirbhar. This is situation nirbhar. And this will make us emotionally weak. And if I do not take care of my mind and I keep getting emotionally weak like this, then because my body is also getting older, there are changes in the body, then sometimes for some of us, we can tip off to a depression. To a depression. So now, simple, they will not be our way. They might talk nicely, might not talk nicely. But nothing can stop me from being nice. Nothing can stop me from thinking right because I am Atmanirbhar. I'm Atmanirbhar. But why should I talk nicely to them if they didn't talk nicely to me? Because I need to take care of my health. I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing this for my health. I cannot allow their behavior to affect my mind. It's very, very important. This is like a battery. Please see that this battery is here. Throughout the day, I have to keep this battery charged. We're all taking care of our physical immunity right now. But along with physical immunity, we need to take care of emotional immunity. If I get upset or angry or fear or worry, that energy goes to the body. My body immunity will get affected. So when the doctors say that COVID affects old people more, listen to it, take care, but then put it aside. Bolo, my body may be old, but my mind is very strong. And there can be many people whose body is very young, but the mind is not very strong. They will need to take more care. They will need to take more care. You know what has happened in the last 6 months? COVID was only a physical health situation. But in the first month itself, April end, Indian Psychiatric Association said mental health issue rose by 20% in our country. So उनको कोविड नहीं हुआ, लेकिन डिप्रेशन हो गया, एंजाइटी हो गई. They were young, bodies are very, very young, very, very strong, but depression हो गया because मन का ध्यान नहीं रख रहे थे. So yes, my body is old, I need to take care, but my mind is strong, my emotional immunity is very strong, and I will take care of my body. Why should COVID come anywhere near me? Why should it? I have to start talking to myself. Why should it? But if I start thinking, I'm old, I am weak, this every thought is very important. I am old, I am weak, nobody is taking care of me, nobody loves me, nobody respects me, nobody has time for me. This one thought, कोई मेरा ध्यान नहीं रखता, कोई मेरे से प्यार से बात नहीं करता, सब अपने में ही लगे हुए हैं, मुझे जो चाहिए वो लाके भी नहीं देते. ये एक thought is not good for my body. It's not good for my body because these thoughts reach to my body and they start affecting my immunity system. So now I cannot change the age of my body, no? If I'm 70, I'm 70. But if I change the strength of my mind, my body is going to be healthier. The health of my body is not dependent on the age of my body. That we know. The health of my body is not dependent on the age of my body. At least I feel that my parents are stronger than me. They've had better diet, better lifestyle, better taking of care of their mind. Grandparents were even healthier. So actually every next generation we are not becoming healthier. We only have more treatment, but we are not becoming healthier. So you are the healthiest people we have around us. the healthiest, not just in the mind and the body also. So just take care of how you start thinking. It is our thought which is very, very important right now. COVID is outside. It cannot come inside your house to you. But if you allow your mind to start thinking like that, then the emotional immunity drops. That affects the physical immunity, and that then makes us vulnerable. That if there is an infection around me. So, like we take care of not catching a physical infection, we need to take care that we're not catching an emotional infection. If someone doesn't behave right with you, they are emotionally not well. We should not catch their emotional infection. How to do that? They will not talk nicely. We will talk nicely. They will be rude. We will be ourselves. They will talk from their sanskar, their state of mind. We will behave from our sanskar, our state of mind, because you are the diya of your house. One thing all the elders should always remember, your next generation, which means your children, most of them are emotionally weaker than you. Your next generation, which means your grandchildren, intelligent, very, very intelligent, very, very intellectually strong, but emotionally not taking care, entangled with technology, entangled with content. Otherwise, who in school would talk about depression and anti-anxiety medicines? So you have to remember that you are the strongest in the house. You are the strongest in the house. You are the one who can make them strong. They really need your help and support right now. But if you think that you need their love and respect, then you start becoming weak. Always remember, you don't need, you give. You give, you don't need, because you're very, very strong. You're very strong. 25, 30 years, what does a parent do for a child? A parent only gives, 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 and gives. But there is a programming here which says 25 years I will give, then after that the child will give. So that's a programming that is here in the mind, that 25 years I will do for the child, after 25 years the child will do for me. Now, in those 25 years, society changed a lot. Society changed a lot. Your child will be able to give you financially because they are earning. So you can be financially dependent on your child. Physically, if you need some help around in the house, you can be a little physically dependent on your child. But emotionally is nothing to do with 25 years. Emotionally, you were giving the child love, care, support, and you will continue giving to the child. Emotional health does not get affected by age. Emotional health does not get affected by age. Emotionally, you are rich because you have experience, you have your sanskars, which some of us have just left in the last 20, 30 years. You have lived a life of strong disciplines and maryadas, which some of us are not doing at this age. So emotionally, you only give, give, and give. Only if one thought we remember this, we will never create fear and anxiety. Fear is a sign that this battery is discharging. Worry is a sign that this battery is discharging. So one line, like a mantra, tell yourself every day, I don't need anything from my children and grandchildren. Say every day to yourself, मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मेरे पास सब कुछ है, मैं अपने घर का दिया हूँ. I am the one who gives them. When you even start creating this thought that I am the one who gives my children and grandchildren, I am not the one who stands like this wanting anything from them, your mind and body will start becoming healthy. Your body will start becoming healthy if you start thinking like that. But if you ever create a thought, they don't love me, nobody loves me, nobody needs me, then it's not only your mind which gets upset, your body gets that energy. Nobody loves me, nobody needs me. And that starts affecting the health of the body. Age, no. It's the way we think and feel that starts affecting our body. So one thing very clear, संकल्प से सिद्धि होती है. Our thoughts manifest and they become a reality. संकल्प से सिद्धि होती है. What we think manifests and becomes a reality. तो हमें बड़े ध्यान से सोचना है, क्योंकि हमारी सोच हमारा भाग्य बनाती है. Our thoughts create our destiny. Let's look at few simple steps that we can start, which is going to build up our emotional health. Few lifestyle changes, which is going to build up our emotional health. Because if you start doing it, then your vibrations will reach everybody in the house and it will build up their emotional health also, because they really need it. First thing in the morning is very important. Actually, you know what we need to go and do in the house? All that you used to do when you were young. That's the culture we want back in the country. How the house used to be when you were in the younger age. That's what the youngsters, the children and grandchildren of today need. The first hour of the morning is very important. It's important to energize the house in the first hour of the morning. Every mind in the house, the battery should get charged and then leave for the day for work. But what do most people do in the house in the morning? आपको याद है पहले कहा करते थे, सुबह सुबह किसका चेहरा देखा था, आज दिन बहुत अच्छा गया है, या आज दिन अच्छा नहीं गया है, किसका चेहरा देखा था. आजकल तो कोई पूछता नहीं है किसका चेहरा देखा था, बिकॉज सब लोग एक ही चेहरा देखते हैं. Everyone looks at their phone when they wake up first thing in the morning. First thing, everybody starts looking at their phone. They look at the news, they look at messages, they look at social media handles, depending, whatever they are using. They start looking at their phone. You are the foundation of the house. You are the one who will create the Sanskriti, the culture of the house. You are the one who sets the maryadas of the house. Don't think that nobody is doing what I'm telling them to do. Just you doing it radiates that energy and the vibrations of the house. They might not do it right now. They might not listen to you also if you tell them. But you do it, because your doing it creates that energy in the house. First hour of the morning, we should not look at the phone. It's not good for us. First hour of the morning. You know why you as a generation are very strong emotionally? Because you didn't have a phone. You didn't have a phone 40 years back. You did not have a mobile phone. So automatically, when the first thing you woke up in the morning, it was Shukriya, Shukriya to God, Shukriya to nature, Surya Namaskar, yoga, pranayam, meditation, satsang. That was the morning. That morning used to charge this battery. That morning is used to charge this battery. Now see what your children do first thing in the morning. They first look at the phone. They first want to know what is happening in the world. And first thing when they absorb what is happening in the world, they are absorbing a lower energy on the mind. But what were you doing first thing in the morning? You were connecting to God. You were absorbing a higher energy on the mind. तो सुबह सुबह किसका चेहरा देखा, वैसा ही दिन बीतेगा. तो आप सबसे पहले सुबह सुबह भगवान को याद करते हैं. हम आजकल सुबह सुबह फोन को याद कर लेते हैं उठ के सबसे पहले. उतनी छोटी सी चीज में भी इमोशनल हेल्थ अफेक्ट हो जाती है. So let's create 5 thoughts in the morning. कि हम सुबह सुबह 5 thoughts first कौन सी create करेंगे? Because सुबह की thought दिन पर असर डालती है. First thought in the morning should be of gratitude. Shukriya. It's very important to create Shukriya in the morning, gratitude. Because we have a lot to complain during the day. ये ऐसा क्यों है, ये ऐसा क्यों है, ये ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, ये वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए. The mind complains a lot. The mind needs to be grateful. Gratitude. Gratitude is healing energy. This is scientifically proved. Gratitude is healthy for the body, not just healthy for the mind. It's healthy for the body. So every time I create a thought of gratitude, it radiates healing energy to my body. Every time I create a thought of complaint and criticism, not good energy for the body. So first thought in the morning, gratitude to God. Second thought in the morning, gratitude to my mind and to my body for being healthy. It's very important to create a beautiful relationship with your body. अपने शरीर के साथ अच्छे से बात करें. हम ज्यादातर क्या कहते हैं, ये भी दर्द हो रहा है, वो भी दर्द हो रहा है, उठा भी नहीं जा रहा, चला भी नहीं जा रहा. सो हम अपने शरीर को कोसते रहते हैं. हमें अपने शरीर को कोसना नहीं है, हमें अपने शरीर से बहुत प्यार से बात करनी है. जैसे you want to heal someone, you have to be nice to them. You have to be loving to them. So some part of the body could be paining, some part of the body could not be working. Suppose this hand is not working. And if I keep saying, चलता ही नहीं है, चलता ही नहीं है, फिर ये तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं चलेगा फिर उसके बाद. बिल्कुल ही नहीं चलेगा. Because I'm giving rejecting energy. I'm giving rejecting energy to this part of my body. When there is pain or there is some problem in one part of my body, there is a blockage of energy there. So the doctor will do their treatment, but what we need to do, be very nice to that part of the body. Give nice, loving energy to that part of the body. Say thank you to that part of the body for having worked with me for so many years. Instead of saying, ये चलता ही नहीं है मेरा हाथ, आप बोलो 70 साल से इस हाथ ने मेरे जीवन का सारा काम किया है. इस हाथ का मैं कितना शुक्रिया करूं. वो हाथ वापस ठीक होने लग जाएगा. लेकिन अगर हम उसको कहेंगे चलता ही नहीं है, अब तो पूरी जीवन ऐसे ही रहने वाली है, ये ओल्ड एज में यही सब होता है, then we are radiating wrong energy to our body. So second thought is very important. Gratitude to our mind and body for being healthy. Gratitude to family. ये सब हम mind में कर रहे हैं. Gratitude to all the people around us. So that in the whole day, it'll be easier to be with them. We won't complain about their behaviors. Gratitude for all that they do. And gratitude to nature. प्रकृति का शुक्रिया. परमात्मा का शुक्रिया, मन और शरीर का शुक्रिया, लोगों का शुक्रिया और प्रकृति का शुक्रिया. So 5 thoughts of gratitude in the morning, very, very important. These should be our first thoughts. This energizes the battery. Second thing, simple steps of meditation. Even if we don't know how to meditate, we will just do very simple steps of meditation. We will create few powerful positive thoughts. क्योंकि संकल्प से सिद्धि होती है. Thoughts manifest and they become a reality. So मुझे वो सोचना है जो मुझे बनना है. I have to think that what I want to become. So we will create our first thought. Our first thought is, I am a powerful being. I am a powerful being. कभी भी सपने में भी ये नहीं कहना मैं कमजोर हूं, मैं कमजोर हूं. ये हम होते नहीं हैं, लेकिन कह के होने लग जाते हैं. मैं कमजोर हूं, मुझसे कुछ नहीं होता, मुझसे काम भी नहीं होता आजकल, मुझसे उठा भी नहीं जाता. तो शरीर बोलता है ठीक है फिर बैठ जाओ, नहीं उठा जाता तो फिर वो बैठ ही जाएगा. सो मैं कमजोर हूं इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी द थॉट. थॉट इज गोइंग टू बी आई एम पावरफुल. मैं शक्तिशाली हूं. जो हम सोचेंगे वो मन को भी मिलेगा और जो हम सोचेंगे वो शरीर को भी मिलेगा. I am a powerful being means I do not get affected by people's behavior. I am powerful here. I am powerful. Nobody can upset me, disturb me. I am powerful. Second thought, I am a peaceful being. मैं शांत हूं. Which means गुस्सा नहीं, इरिटेशन नहीं, क्योंकि ये हमारी बैटरी को डिस्चार्ज करते हैं. हम वो वाली चीजें नहीं कर सकते जो हमारी खुशी और सेहत के लिए अच्छे नहीं होते. सो आई एम अ पीसफुल बीइंग. मैं शांत हूं. थर्ड थॉट, आई एम अ फियरलेस बीइंग. मैं निर्भय हूं. क्या हुआ पिछले 6 महीने में? कंटिन्यूसली इंफॉर्मेशन कंटेंट, उसने हमारे डर को बढ़ा दिया. क्योंकि बार बार सुना ना, हर रोज सुना, दिन में कितनी बार सुना. एंड सबने आपको घर में भी कहा होगा. उनका इंटेंशन बहुत अच्छा है, बट यू नो हाउ दे मस्ट हैव सेड इट टू यू एट होम. यू टेक केयर, अदरवाइज यू विल गेट कोविड. यू डोंट गो आउट देयर, अदरवाइज यू विल गेट कोविड. So they must have said this every day. Don't do this, otherwise you will get COVID. So what the mind starts thinking, I will get COVID. I am old. This is a wrong way of thinking and speaking. Take care, but don't say you will get COVID. Create a thought, I can never get this. And you will never get it. Create a thought that I will never get this. I'm emotionally and physically very, very strong. How we think starts happening for us. You will never get it. And suppose 1% chance you get it. You will be so strong that you will heal it and you will come out of it. बट इफ वी डिप्लीट आवर एनर्जी बाय थिंकिंग कि वो अगर मुझे हो गया तो ऐसा हो गया तो, एंड फिर हम उतनी दूर तक सोच देते हैं, फिर मेरा बेटा मुझे हॉस्पिटल लेके जाएगा लेकिन बेड तो मिलेगा ही नहीं, मैं तो ऐसे ही कहीं पड़ा रह जाऊंगा. व्हाई इज माई माइंड थिंकिंग लाइक दिस? बिकॉज माई माइंड सॉ इट ऑन टेलीविजन, because my mind saw it on some post on social media. And so those scenes start coming on my mind. One thing from today, please don't consume any content of COVID from media or social media. And to take whatever information to take care of the body, but don't consume what's happening in the world and in the country. There are a lot of people who are taking care of everyone. Leave it to them. They're taking care of everybody. Why should I consume that? My responsibility is to take care of myself. हम सबकी एक्चुअली एक ही जिम्मेवारी है, एक एक को अपना ध्यान रखना है. सिर्फ अगर एक एक अपना ध्यान रख ले तो सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा, बट एक एक को अपना ध्यान रखना है. So do not consume information or visuals. When we see a visual, no, it starts getting recorded here. So do not consume what's happening in the world and in the country or in your city about COVID. Do not consume any content which has anxiety, fear, and stress, which means the movie you watch, which means the TV serial you watch. Do not watch crime shows if you have fear, because your fear will only increase. You will think that you're watching a serial, but it is creating emotions of fear. The diet of our mind, हमारी मन की खुराक क्या है, जो हम देखते हैं, सुनते हैं, पढ़ते हैं. What we watch, read, listen is who we become. What we watch, read, listen is who we become. So it's very, very important to take care of what we watch, read, listen. So our third thought, I am a fearless being. एक बार भी नहीं बोलना मुझे डर लगता है. कुछ बोले मैं निर्भय हूँ, मैं निडर हूं, मैं निश्चिंत हूं. आई एम फियरलेस एंड वरीलेस. अभी होंगे नहीं, सिर्फ बोलना है, क्योंकि बोल बोलकर बन जाएंगे. जो बात हम बार बार बोलते और सोचते हैं ना, हम वो बन जाते हैं. सो वी गोइंग टू जस्ट स्टार्ट सेइंग इट सो दैट वी विल बिकम दैट. आई एम अ फियरलेस बीइंग. मैं निडर हूं, निर्भय हूं. फोर्थ थॉट, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. माई बॉडी इज परफेक्ट and healthy and will always be. मेरा शरीर स्वस्थ है, निरोगी है और हमेशा रहेगा. अगर शरीर में कोई भी छोटी बड़ी बीमारी है, सपोज किसी को ब्लड प्रेशर है, किसी को डायबिटीज है, आप एक और थॉट उसमें डालिए, माई शुगर लेवल इज नॉर्मल. सेंडिंग अ मैसेज टू द बॉडी, माई शुगर लेवल इज नॉर्मल, माई ब्लड प्रेशर इज नॉर्मल, my cervical normal, my spine normal. You have to send a message of healing energy to the body. So fourth thought is my body is perfect and healthy and will always be. And put a thought for any ailment that you are carrying, that I am perfectly healthy. Fifth thought, God's power and blessings is a circle of protection around me. परमात्मा की शक्तियों का सुरक्षा कवच मेरे चारों तरफ है. Visualize white light circle around you, highest energy around you. Nothing can enter into a high vibrational energy circle. आपको पता है ना, जब भूकंप होता है, तूफान आता है, हम देखते हैं ना, मंदिर सेफ रहता है, धर्म स्थान सेफ रहते हैं, पानी वहां तक आके रुक जाता है. ये कोई मिरेकल नहीं होता है. This is pure science. That's a positive energy, high energy place. A natural calamity is a low energy vibration of nature. So low energy comes and stops near the higher energy. It can't go over there at the higher end. So let's raise our energy, that I am surrounded by the highest energy. God's power and blessings is a circle of protection around me. Nothing can enter into this circle. ये रोज बोलना है हमें. फिर अपने परिवार के लिए भी एक दुआ कीजिए कि they are also protected by God's power and blessings. They are protected. फिर एक संकल्प अपने धन के लिए कीजिए, पैसों के लिए, रिसोर्सेस के लिए. कई बार हम कमी का थॉट बहुत क्रिएट कर देते हैं. हमारे पास कम है, हमारे पास कम है, वी डोंट हैव इनफ, वी हैव लेस. चेंज इट. हमारे पास भरपूर है, हमारे पास भरपूर है. It's a thought. We have to start thinking like that. We're just going to do this in the morning, and after a few days, that will become your natural way of thinking. हमारे पास भरपूर है, हमारे पास जितना चाहिए उससे बहुत ज्यादा है. Instead of saying हमारे पास कम है, घर कैसे चलेगा? You know, they're two different vocabulary. One is a vocabulary, घर कैसे चलेगा, बीमारी आ गई तो हमारा कौन ध्यान रखेगा. दूसरा है हमारे पास भरपूर है. We have more than we need. We have more than we need. Then, last affirmation, last sankalp. I don't need anything from anyone. I am a giver. I don't need anything from anyone. I am a giver. I give my children. I give my grandchildren. I give my spouse. I don't need anything. I am the diya of my house. Now, and these are 8 thoughts. How much time will it take to create 8 thoughts? 20 seconds. Doesn't take more time than that. I am a powerful being. I am a peaceful being. I am a fearless being. My body is perfect and healthy and will always be. God's power and blessings, circle of protection around me. ये मेरा सुरक्षा कवच है, protection shield. Then create a protection shield for the family. Then मेरे पास भरपूर धन है. I have abundant. I have more than I need. And last, I don't need anything from anyone. I am the giver in my family. I am the giver in my family. I give love and respect. I don't need. हाथ कभी भी ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए इमोशनली. पैसे मांग सकते हैं लेकिन प्यार और रिस्पेक्ट नहीं मांगना कभी से. प्यार और रिस्पेक्ट तो हम देने वाले हैं. I am the giver in my house. So अब हम सुबह क्या करेंगे? We will wake up and we will sit and say these 10 thoughts. And while you're saying these, slowly बोलना है, धीरे धीरे, because every thought you will say ना, it's also an energy reaching your body. Vibrations reach your body. These are like our personal mantras. Why do we recite mantras? Because they're high energy words. So along with that, we make our personal mantras, so that we are creating a thought which I want should become a reality in my life. So at least 5 times say these thoughts repeatedly. At least 5 times. And while you're saying it, see the scene. I'm healthy, I'm perfect, my blood pressure is normal, I'm powerful, I don't need anything from my children. See that scene. So सोच भी create करें और उसको यहाँ देखते भी जाएं. फिर उसके बाद लास्ट चीज, क्योंकि हमारा 1 घंटा बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है सुबह का, एटलीस्ट 30 मिनट्स कंज्यूम प्योर कंटेंट. प्योर कंटेंट मतलब आध्यात्मिक अध्ययन, सत्संग, या कोई बहुत अच्छी किताब, या बहुत अच्छा टीवी पर कोई धार्मिक चैनल, लेकिन कुछ बहुत हाई एनर्जी का सुबह सुबह अंदर जाना चाहिए. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और बेस्ट पार्ट तो ये है, आप घर में चलाएंगे तो थोड़ा बहुत बाकियों के अंदर भी चला जाएगा. आप चला देना, उनको नहीं बोलना आओ बैठ के सुनो, लेकिन आप चला देना, क्योंकि आपके चलाने से धीरे 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 सबके अंदर थोड़ा थोड़ा चला जाएगा. क्यों? बिकॉज दैट इज द खुराक फॉर द माइंड. खुराक फॉर द माइंड. हम सारा दिन जो बातें सुन रहे हैं ना, उसके अंदर काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मोह, अहंकार, ईर्ष्या, नफरत, lust, anger, greed, ego, jealousy, attachment, all that is there in the content. So if we consume that, we become like that. But when early in the morning, you will have this content playing in the house, it will have purity, it will have compassion, it will have faith in God, it will have respect and unity. This is who we will start becoming. तो ये 30 मिनट्स का जो ज्ञान, आध्यात्मिकता, सत्संग हमारे लिए कंपल्सरी होना चाहिए. और ये कोई सिर्फ आपके लिए नहीं, ये एवरीबडी, हर एक के लिए कंपल्सरी होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये हमारी खुराक है, हमें ये बनना है. तो ये हमारा सुबह का 1 घंटा है. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. सारा दिन में, थ्रू आउट द डे, जस्ट टेक केयर, डोंट कंज्यूम टू मच फ्रॉम मीडिया एंड सोशल मीडिया. ये मीडिया और सोशल मीडिया के कंटेंट की वजह से हमारी चिंताएं और डर ज्यादा बढ़ गए, बिकॉज वी आर कंज्यूमिंग कंटेंट ऑफ दैट क्वालिटी. इट इज लाइक व्हाट आई ईट, माय बॉडी विल बिकम दैट. व्हाट आई वॉच, लिसन, माय माइंड विल बिकम दैट. सो टेक केयर. Only watch, read, listen that which is healthy. अगर घर में रोज ऐसे सीरियल चलाएंगे जिसमें कोई किसी को धोखा दे रहा है, कोई किसी से गलत तरह से बात कर रहा है, कोई घर टूट रहा है, तो फिर थोड़े दिन बाद वो ड्रामा टीवी पर नहीं होता है. थोड़े दिन के बाद वो हमारे घर का ड्रामा बनने लग जाता है. बिकॉज इट इज जस्ट गोइंग ऑन इन आवर हाउस एवरी सिंगल डे. Every single day. So take care. Watch something which is light. Watch something that is humorous. Don't watch crime shows. That's not good for anybody. It's not good for anybody to watch that. Because while watching, we think it's time pass. We're watching a serial. We are consuming and recording emotion of fear here. And then when a situation in my life will come, fear will become my way of thinking. But that fear has come from what I was watching and reading and listening. So we have to take care. We are not going to watch any such content which we don't want to become. Then in the night, just before going to sleep, at least for 30 minutes, again put positive content before sleeping. Some of us have an issue with sleep. We are not able to sleep very well. So very important. No watching TV, news, serial before going to sleep. You will not be able to sleep well after that. सोएंगे भी तो सपने आते हैं वैसे, because सोने से पहले का content कैसा था. So last half an hour should be a very positive, soothing content. आप वो चलाइए और आप लेट जाइए, आपको बहुत अच्छी नींद आएगी. Because the content should be such which starts slowing down your mind, not agitates your mind. So last thoughts before the night are very, very important because that decides our quality of sleep. And our quality of sleep is important for our immunity system. Physical also, emotional also. A lot of mental health issues are because of not good sleep. Not good sleep. And a lot of physical health issues are also because of not good sleep. So very important to take care. What is our last content before we sleep? Then those 10 thoughts which we created, say them before we go to sleep. आखिरी सोच सोने से पहले, I'm powerful, I'm peaceful, my body is healthy. Just say it before you go to sleep. In fact, say it and you fall off to sleep while saying those thoughts. Next 6 hours, those thoughts will work on your body. 6 hours, they will do healing energy for your body. So first thing in the morning and last thing before going to sleep. Taking care of content during the day, taking very good quality satsang content in the morning, and last thing, what we eat and drink. During COVID, I'm sure all of us have shifted to a vegetarian diet, sattvic diet, and home cooked food. Again, you're a very emotionally strong generation because you've grown up with home cooked food. You've grown up with home cooked food, and you are the generation who knows कि जैसा अन्न वैसा मन. Go and ask your grandchildren today if they know this line. Jaisa anna vaisa man. They will say, no. We are the carbohydrates and the minerals and the vitamins we eat. Because they don't know about the jaisa an vaisa man. You are going to teach them that. There's a lot that you are going to give them. Don't think you need from them. You have to give them a lot. So jaisa an vaisa man. How can we eat tamasic food? How can we eat? And right now, not at all. Because the non-vegetarian animal in a slaughterhouse, what is the emotion of that animal? There is fear, there is anxiety, there is anger, there is helplessness, then there is violence, then there is death. How can that give us health? How can that give us health? It's coming with an emotion of all that. जब हम किसी का अंतिम संस्कार करने जाते हैं, किसी की डेथ होती है, एक भी दिन शरीर नहीं रखते घर में, कहते अंतिम संस्कार करना है. It's the body of our family member. Even then we are not able to keep it in the house for more than one day. And फ्रिज में देखो तो क्या क्या रखा हुआ है. Can that be health? अंतिम संस्कार करने जाते हैं, पहले आके सब धोते हैं, नहाते हैं, सब करते हैं, और वो दूसरी जो शरीर है उसको तो अपने अंदर डाल रहे हैं. It is toxic for us. It is toxic. It's neither good for the mind, and now the doctors are telling us it's neither good for the body. So gone is that era where doctors used to say it's very good for health, vegetarian से आप कमजोर हो जाएंगे. अब डॉक्टर्स कहते हैं हार्ट की प्रॉब्लम्स, डायबिटीज की प्रॉब्लम और कई कैंसर्स नॉन वेजिटेरियन डाइट से होते हैं. तो इसलिए लेट्स एक्सपेरिमेंट विद द वेजिटेरियन डाइट. It's very good to keep the mind peaceful and powerful. इसलिए तो नवरात्रों में vegetarian diet लेते हैं, because you want to invoke Shakti, you have to have sattvic food. You want to invoke divine power, you have to have sattvic food. So sattvic food. Second चीज जो आप अपने घर में जरूर करिएगा, किचन में, रसोई में, throughout the day play high energy words, which means bhajan, mantra, prayer, high energy words in the kitchen, so that the food cooked in your house will be like prasad. मंदिर में, गुरुद्वारे में कैसे बनता है, पूजा चलती है, पाठ चलता है, जहां खाना बनता है तो वो प्रसाद बन जाता है. हमें अपने घर में प्रसाद बनाना है सबके लिए. We need to get, even if you're not cooking, but you go and play those high energy words in the kitchen. Because right now, even the water of the city has fear and anxiety, because it's so much in the air. It's not just air pollution, it's also emotional pollution in the air. So जैसा अन्न वैसा मन, जैसा पानी वैसी वाणी. So अन्न और पानी बहुत जरूरी है कि उसकी वाइब्रेशन क्या है. So in the kitchen, have high energy words playing. Please go into your kitchen for some time every day, even if you're not cooking. Your being in the kitchen will give powerful vibrations to the food. Just your being in the kitchen will give very powerful energy and vibrations to the food. Then just before eating, make a culture, and you start it first, then the rest of the family will follow, that there should be no TV, no phone while eating food. No TV, no phone while eating food. Because jaisa an, vaisa man. So if I'm watching some serial, all that vibration will go into the food, and then that will become the vibration on my mind. So no TV, no phone while eating. Just before eating, stop, pause, shukriya, shukriya, and then say those 10 thoughts to your food. I am powerful, I am peaceful, I am fearless, my body is perfect and healthy, I am protected by God's energy, and I have bharpur wealth. How much time it takes? Not even 6 seconds. Just say those 6 thoughts to your food. Say those 6 thoughts to your every glass of water. Say those 6 thoughts to your every cup of tea. The food and the water absorbs the energy, and whatever gets absorbed by the food and water becomes the state of the mind. That's why Amrit is so valuable. That's why Ganga Pani is so valuable, because it's absorbing the prayers and the hymns that are going on there. It's very, very high energy water. तो हम क्या करेंगे? हम रोज प्रसाद खाएंगे, सारा दिन ही प्रसाद खाएंगे और अमृत पिएंगे. तो जो प्रसाद खाएंगे और अमृत पिएंगे, उनका माइंड कैसा हो जाएगा और उनकी बॉडी कैसी हो जाएगी. वी कैन डू ऑल दिस. इसके लिए कुछ भी तो नहीं करना है. 10 सेकेंड्स रुकना है, अपना मंत्र बोलना है, वो 10 संकल्प बोलने हैं, फिर प्रसाद की तरह उसको स्वीकार करना है. जो रोज प्रसाद खाएंगे और अमृत पिएंगे, वो कभी डर नहीं सकते किसी बात से. उनको किसी बात की चिंता नहीं हो सकती है. We only need to go back to living our life the way we used to live it. So for you, nothing new. Just go back to living life the way you used to live it. And by your living like that, you will be giving a big gift to your children and grandchildren, because they will probably catch some of those things and also start living their life like that. And even if they don't, you don't feel bad. Don't get angry. मेरे बच्चे तो सुनते ही नहीं. No, we don't. हम तो दुआ देते हैं सिर्फ. हम दिया है ना घर के. So हम ये नहीं सोचेंगे ये तो सुनते ही नहीं. हम करेंगे. Every house needs only one diya. Everybody need not do it. Every house needs one diya. If one does it, vibrations are reaching to everybody. Your child might not do what you're doing, but just by you charging your battery, their battery will start getting charged. क्योंकि उनका मन हमारे मन से तो जुड़ा ही हुआ है ना. तो अगर हमारी बैटरी चार्ज होगी, उनकी भी चार्ज होने लग जाएगी. लेकिन उनको देख देख के अगर हमारी डिस्चार्ज होगी, तो फिर उनकी भी डिस्चार्ज होने लग जाएगी. सो उनके लिए और अपने लिए हमें ये छोटी छोटी चीजें करनी है. एंड देन be rest assured, your emotional immunity and your physical immunity always going to be very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Doesn't matter what age is the body. What doesn't matter what age is the body. Emotional and physical immunity is our choice. It's the way we live our life. So Atmanirbhar. is going to be our gift to ourselves today. And आज से ही घर का दिया बन जाएं और सच्ची सच्ची दिवाली मनाएं. बाकी दुनिया तो 4 दिन की दिवाली के बाद दिया हटा देगी, लेकिन हम अपने घर का दिया बन जाएं और सच्ची सच्ची दिवाली मनाएं. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. ओम शांति.
Thank you so much, sister. This was a wonderful lecture, and I would now like to invite Honorable MOS sir to give the concluding remarks.
Joining us this afternoon, Secretary ARPG Dr. Chhatrapati Shivaji, Mr. Sanjay Mathur, and other colleagues in the Department of Pension. It's my privilege to be here in the company of Sister Shivani. I think there is nothing much left to speak after such an intellectual giant has finished speaking and also telling us what all we ought to know but seldom get to know or seldom are able to imbibe in ourselves. And particularly in today's time when we are faced with a pandemic of a strange nature which we never confronted before, the pearls of wisdom that have come from her will also help us in fighting this virus. What she has spoken is actually an adjuvant and a therapy for mental and physical health, and that precisely is also the management against pandemic, both preventive as well as curative. Her words of wisdom about stress and how to liberate oneself from it actually have relevance in COVID and also beyond the realms of COVID, because being a clinician I can vouch for this, that many of the modern day disorders like diabetes mellitus, like hypertension, even coronary heart disease have been scientifically authenticated to be having a very close relationship with stress. And one of the non-pharmacological managements, even in allopathy, is the relief of stress. We have a number of research papers published in some of the international journals. In fact, one of them was published by me, in which we could establish that mental stress alone could be a single important factor predisposing an individual to type 2 diabetes mellitus, even in the absence of a positive family history or other known predisposing factors. So I think for the contemporary time, the message to take home is that mental stress compromises immunity against corona, and that is something which we immediately need to understand and inculcate in ourselves. Broadly speaking, it's always a pleasure to listen to Sister Shivani whenever we get an opportunity. She has, I was very closely, attentively listening to what she was saying, also taking down some of the points made out by her. For example, her emphasis on positivity of thought exactly is, even scientifically, we have a psychosomatic relationship. So it has a bearing on the human body's immunity, human body's level of resistance, and also the stress levels. And of course, she also refers to lifestyle modifications, which we are now actually emphasizing more and more, particularly because we are now confronted with less of communicable disease and more of non-communicable disease, except for this corona which took over. We were mostly confronted with the lifestyle disorders, whether it be diabetes or hypertension or heart disease. And therein comes the virtues of the diet modifications, the lifestyle modifications, as she said, what should be done when you wake up in the morning, the first thing in the morning, and the last thing in the night certainly has a bearing on your thought process, even on your dreams, which, keep your hormones affected accordingly. So even if you are not conscious of it, or even if you are asleep, the body's metabolism is working, the hormones are working, and they are being affected in one way or the other. She, in her own inimitable style, referred to being grateful about what one is. And I think that is precisely what translates into, in other words, the feeling of being contented with oneself. So that self-contentment is something that does not easily come to everybody. And if it does come, then it would, liberate you from many other issues, because then you would not be constantly yearning and feeling unrewarded. In fact, and that is something which is enshrined in our ancient scriptures, also virtually in the religious books of every religion, and now also in the science books. So when she was saying so, I was reminded of that adage by Jesus Christ, who once said that I was sad till that I didn't have a shoe on my foot, till I saw a person who did not have a foot at all. So that also links, that spirituality then gets linked with Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. So all this is how you actually structure your mind, and in course of time you learn to be your own counselor, your own physician, your own doctor. And yes, she referred to a number of different aspects which, confront us in various stages of life. How much to expect from others, how much not to, and how it affects us. And this expectation actually is one of the biggest nagging thoughts in one's mind. And it requires a lot of evolution and emancipation of mind to get out of it. And there are certain human beings who are constantly struggling for it. Some of them succeed, some of them don't. Some of them become conscious of this thought but are not able to liberate. So I'll give you a very interesting example which is a little out of the way. There's a couplet from Mirza Ghalib, who was otherwise known to be a poet in a different genre. He wrote, कि बेहतर तो है यही कि ना दुनिया से दिल लगे, कि बेहतर तो है यही कि ना दुनिया से दिल लगे, पर क्या करे जो काम ना बेदिल लगी करे. But how would one help oneself? One still is not able to detach oneself. So this is itself an evolution in different stages. Some are able to, some don't realize it at all. So they keep cursing, nagging, as history is saying, and spoiling their mental and physical health. Some do realize the need of it, but are not able to actually get over it. And some are lucky and more enlightened enough to actually get over it. Similarly, but this detachment of mind has another risk as well. The detachment of mind should not be to the extent of making one selfish or self-centered. So there's a very thin margin. So you have to be detached in order to keep yourself mentally and physically in an optimum state of mind, but not to the extent of getting self-centered. Kya to mera hi hai. So that is a very difficult task because there's a constant. So actually, quest is a lifelong quest. Some call it quest for truth, which Mahatma Gandhi penned down as my experiments with truth. He too was experimenting. Swami Vivekananda also indulged in this. Tagore did it in his own way. Only yesterday I was, while traveling, I carried 2 books with me. So in the flight I was reading a book by Tagore. And there's a beautiful sentence I came across from him. He said, which I think is relevant for the people of my genre, those who are in politics. And he said, power is like a horse which pulls the carriage blindfolded and doesn't care for the propriety. And the propriety then becomes the responsibility of the man who is handling the horse. So this horse is also mind, which in another bhajan, which is also later got filmed, and it was written by a Muslim poet, ऐसा है कि मन रे तो काहे ना धीर भरे, ओ निर्मोही भेद ना जाने जिनका मोह करे. So उतना ही उपकार समझ कोई जितना साथ निभा दे, जन्म मरण का सपना मन से बिसरा दे. So every individual, whether he was leading a life of renunciation or was leading a worldly life but had certain reasonable capacity of thinking, went through this process. But all of us are not lucky and consistent enough like Sister Shivani, who has constantly worked on it for the benefit of the rest of the world. And that also, gives us a cue not to forget that what it should be like. Similarly, as far as the life expectancy is concerned, the feeling of well-being is closely linked. Although overall, for a multifactorial factors, because life expectancy, death itself is a multifactorial event. So life expectancy as a whole in India has increased. If it was about 50 years in 1947, today it's gone up to more than 65, 70 years. All the other reasons, a better, better level of living, better socio-medical care, better scientific evolution. So all those things combined together. But whether that has necessarily led to the healthy mind, that is the question which Sister Shivani's address is addressing to, because the longevity of the mortal body and the longevity of the mind do not necessarily have 100% correlation. So one can have a young mind at 80 and one can have an old mind at 40. So I'll give you an example, and this also depends on how you modify yourself. I'll give you an example. A few years back, many of us would have heard of Mr. Devanand, the famous cinema actor. He was to release his book. He was at that time 80. So I was also to be there. So it was in Kolkata. The book's name was Romancing with Life. He said, I have lived the life my way, but he was a very evolved person. So what he would do is, in those days he had started facing some problem in, climbing stairs. So if he had to climb 2-3 steps, he would not take the support of a walking stick. He would just, pat a youngster and say, "Oh, Sanjeev, kaise ho?" And, take a step forwards, giving himself the confidence and also raising confidence. So when I used to watch him, I would say, see how, what a tremendous willpower. And then we had the same day an interview in the evening, and somebody asked him, "You are 80. And don't you think the time is running out?" And what was his answer? Because we think only those who have renunciated the world and who are living on Kailash Parvat are evolved. But many of us maybe apparently. So that was not the kind of persona that Devanand carried, the manner you would have seen on the screen. But that answer that he gave stuck to my mind. He said, "Whose time is not running out?" And the interviewer girl was just about 30. He said, "Is your time not running out?" He said, "Time is running out for all of us. One can die at 30, one can die at 80. I am active, energetic, doing my work. My time is running as fast as slow as your time." And she was dumbstruck, that interviewer girl. But she said, "Sir, but still don't you think of the end?" He said, "No, I in my life have taken every event as an experience. So I will also take death as an experience, because I have not seen death. I have heard of death. I've seen people dying of death, but I have not died myself so far." So that kind of an attitude is what Sister Shivani is telling us. That is the positivity. That's one extreme of positivity, which requires constant self-introspection, meditation, And since this program was also targeted for the elder citizens and pensioners, as Mr. Mathur had envisaged, from that point of view, I think this fear of unknown, which is also the fear of death, sometimes one does not accept it, but it haunts the back of mind. So that is something which our elder citizens have to be concerned about, that they always have something to offer. They always have a valuable time to give to themselves, to the people around, to the society, as Sister was saying. And as I said, this itself is not an easy course. It requires, and as she was rightly saying, that you experience your body, you thank your body, you think of your body, be grateful. So in course of time, you actually get to know your own truth, which many of us don't. And many of us also don't know that we have to. So there are two sets of people in society. One is who don't know. The other is who don't know that they don't know. So those who don't know that they don't know are the most unfortunate. But those who know that they don't know will try to know what they don't know. So Gandhi once said, I was thinking this morning, he died at the age of 80 and that too assassination. So he used to say that my lifestyle is such, if I don't walk 12 kilometers a day, 12 miles those days, so I don't feel healthy. But if my, going by the structure of my, body and mind, I have the capacity to live up to 120 years if I am not, if death doesn't confront me through unnatural means, which of course happened. So, to know oneself itself is the biggest challenge. Most of us, particularly those who are in professional races, whether we are in the corporate sector, whether we are in the civil services, more so whether we are in politics, we spend a lot of time in trying to know others. वो क्या कर रहा है, वो क्या कर रहा है, उसने क्या किया, वो ऊपर कैसे गया, वो नीचे कैसे गया. And we miss out the time of actually trying to research into ourselves. So I think to that extent, Sister Shivani has given us a cue to go back to ourselves, for which I have to profusely thank her. And I think this is also a very valuable message for the pensioners, the elder citizens, for whom a number of new initiatives have been undertaken under Prime Minister Narendra Modi to make them Atmanirbhar, as well as Sister was mentioning, so that now they don't have to go to the bank to show their life certificate or living certificate. They can use digital means. So that itself is an indicator of the Atmanirbhar initiative. And from that point of view, what we have learned from Sister today, I'm sure will enable them to, spend this second inning of life in a more meaningful way for themselves as well as for those around them. Thank you very much profusely, Sister. Hope to, actually, because of Corona, we couldn't sit next to each other, but next time, I have been to Mount Abu also, so next time I hope I'll be there and you will spare time to give us some more words of wisdom, knowledge, and also feeling of well-being. Thank you very much, Sister. Thank you very much.
Shukriya.
Excellent. Thank you. Sir, on behalf of the Secretary of the Department and the Department of Pension Welfare, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister for sparing time out of his busy schedule for this lecture series. Sir, we are absolutely delighted by your concluding remarks, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I can't thank Sister Shivani enough for agreeing to address the pensioners all over the country. So this program is being watched over 50 cities in India, all over, and also being webcast. Sister, it was an honor for the department that you delivered this lecture, which was so soulful and wonderful. To all our elderly citizens and pensioners who are watching this, we would be looking forward to more such sessions by you. I would also like to thank the audience comprising pensioners from all over the country who are watching this program, which is being live webcast. I would also like to thank all the pensioners associations who have helped to do publicity for this event all over in different cities. Last but not the least, I would like to thank my team, which is led by Seema Ruchir and Mr. Anil Bansal from NIC, who have spent tirelessly for several days to make this event a success. Only day before yesterday, I was talking to sister and I said that we are trying to make some backup arrangements. So sister said, बिल्कुल चिंता मत करिए, बहुत अच्छे से निकलेगा, कोई ड्रॉप नहीं होगा. Sister, thank you so much for that positivity, and this program has flown seamlessly.